Hi, this is Karen Gaines, your nonprofit finance guide, and today I'm going to talk about using the audit feature of QuickBooks. So, the audit feature of QuickBooks lists what person did what, at what date, at what time. Okay, so it essentially gives you a list or gives you information of who did what and when. Now, why would you want to use this feature? So there are several reasons why you would want to use this feature. One is that you may come across a transaction, maybe an expense or bill or journal entry, and you may not understand this transaction, and so you need to find out who entered that transaction. And so you can use the audit feature to find out who entered it and then go to that person for questions or an understanding of what they did. You can also use the audit feature to see if your accountant or your staff member is working in QuickBooks, or whoever is responsible for your books. They can look into, or you can look into the audit feature and see if they're actually doing any work. All right. And lastly, you can use the audit feature if you suspect suspicious activity. As one of my clients reached out to me and asked, hey, I feel like something's going on with this employee. They're doing something shady. Is there a way I can look at what they've done? And so, I told them yes. And they were able to use the audit feature to see exactly what that user was doing in QuickBooks to gain an understanding or to, really investigate their activity. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. To get to this feature, you want to go to your gear icon here. And under Tools, go to Audit Log. Okay, and you can see, and again, I'm using the QuickBooks sample company, so this is not a real organization. But you can see the audit log right here. It's showing what took place for this month. You have the date and the time, you have the user, and there's even a place where you can view the history. Okay, so it gives you quite a bit of detail of what they've done. So let's go into this first item here. It looks like there was something edited by Craig Carlson. So let's click view. And okay, it doesn't look like it gives a whole lot of information right there. Let's go to another one. Okay, so we went to the sprinkler heads, and it's saying that there was an edit made in the products or services. Another edit. So a few edits made in the product or services section of QuickBooks when it comes to sprinkler heads. Okay, so you'll have that level of detail. We see that Craig signed in December 3rd at 7:51 a.m. So we have that detail. We see a system admin change the settings at 7:51 to 7:52 a.m. So it just gives you all this type of information. Now you can go in and you can sort this or filter this by user. So if we only wanted to see Craig Carlson, we'll just click Craig, and we see only his activity. When it comes to the date, we can filter by date. Right? The default setting is a month, but we can also filter it by quarter or by year. So let's click this quarter, and you'll see all the activity that comes up for the quarter. And you see there are 8 pages of activity for Craig. So we're of course not going to go through all of that. And you can sort by event. Okay, so right now it's set for all events. You can sort by what was deleted or voided. Okay, you can sort by reconciliations. Maybe you want to see if this person made any reconciliations. In this case, no. You can do by, let's see, deleted, voided transaction. So it just gives you a few different options as far as, how to filter, how to find transactions by date and by user. Okay. So something else you can do is if you're looking, let's say you're looking at an expense. Let's just go to a random expense. And we'll go to this Cal telephone. Okay. And you're looking at this bill and you're like, this bill, oh, did I click it? I must have clicked in it. This bill looks a little odd, Cal telephones, there should not be an expense for Cal telephone. And I want to understand why this is in here. So from the transaction screen, you can actually go to the audit feature. You want to go to more and go to audit history. And it'll tell you who entered this in. And it looks like it was entered in by Craig Carlson. And it says December 3rd, 7:51 a.m. Which happens to be today. But of course, when you're dealing with your real books, it'll have a real date and time. Okay. And it even, provides some, more details in the body of this audit history page. Okay. Now, if you want to go back to that bill, you have to, you can't just click back. You have to go through expenses and vendors and then go back to the vendor to get back to that transaction. All right. So, again, you can use this feature when you're looking at a bill. You can use this feature if you're wanting to review an invoice, if you want to review a journal entry. So while we're here, let's just look at one invoice. And let's say, you're looking at the Cookies by Kathy invoice and you're like, I would like some more information about this invoice. I wonder who put it in. Again, go to more and audit history, and it'll give you that information. Now that's interesting. It says added by, but there's no one there. And I've actually never seen that before. So that's a new one. Again, this is a fake QuickBooks account, so this is not typical. I've used the audit feature enough to know that there's always someone listed here. All right. But again, when you are looking for or looking to see who entered in a transaction, in most cases, most if not all the cases, you can just go to the bottom of that transaction, click the more option, and you will find who entered the transaction in QuickBooks. So I hope this helps. Let me know what you all think. If you're watching via YouTube, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching and have a great day.